so unprofessional on the phone, on the call, like took them 6 hours to respond to this lead. All those things are problems, but like in reality, it's a budget thing a lot of the time. Like there's just that missing piece, like you said, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. Is like my original tagline was going to be what you should do before you hire an agency, and I still am tempted with it, but admittedly it just didn't hit like I thought it would. So as a marketer, I kept iterating.
People are gonna be like, well, I already hired a marketing agency. I guess I can't
Yeah,
work with him
exactly.
anymore. But I like the concept. I like the concept of that for sure. Well, so this has been great. I think and we can hit on anything else we want to, but I do want to bring up another topic. Is there anything else we want to hit talking about marketing, talking about your stuff before we move on to a completely different topic?
No, I don't, not that I can think of. I mean, I
Okay.
could go all day, but we
We'll
can.
wrap it up then.
Yeah.
John, any other thoughts before we move on?
No, it's
Okay.
I'm excited to work with Brad. I mean, it's going to be a good experience for. I'm excited, especially for my new guy for Savannah to actually understand our processes even better. Because we had a call this morning. I was like, I don't even know. I apologize because I don't do a lot of HR stuff. I don't want to hire a huge fleet of sales reps. I want to hire A+ people. So I haven't spent a lot of time, effort, and energy. But what Brad's doing is helping me communicate effectively what our processes are. Like Elizabeth took us through, she asked me all the right questions, and Clay was like blown away because when she's bringing me through our processes, he's like, oh, that like, and it helps my team who've been with me for years too. But like just to have that refresher every single year to understand you're all on the same page, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, we're excited too.
Fantastic.
Let's talk about fighting.
Let's talk about the fight. I mean, we have to, right? Like this is our first
It would be hard not
podcast
to.
since then.
Everyone would
Uh
be wondering.
yeah, everyone would be wondering and be like, hey, was did they film this before? No, this is after the Dimitri Lee fight. So let's get your take, Brad. What's your thoughts on the fight leading up to it, just in general, and then also because we haven't talked about it prior, and then what'd you think of the outcome?
I'm proud of Dimitri because he, like, you just can't deny like the heart that it took in that fight. And I don't know why, I kind of thought he was probably going to win, only because like I I don't agree with everything Dimitri does. I appreciate what he does, but there's times where I'm like, man, like it's tough to watch people go down sometimes. Like I don't, it makes me feel icky. But that guy's a lion. Like you can't deny it. Uh so I'm proud of him because like I thought that was a hell of a performance. Um I feel really bad for Lee, and I just don't want to I think he probably talked a little too much crap, and like this is a product of, this is every action has a reaction, so this is playing out. But I think that it's going to be tough for him, and I did think it was kind of fun how the whole industry, like how people went and visited and all that. uh but yeah, I don't know, I have trouble like verbalizing. I have such mixed feelings about it.
Yeah.
It's fun, but I found myself getting sucked in certain ways where I was like, this even feels a little toxic.
There, it was definitely some drama. This is probably where John and I differ a little bit because John didn't love all the drama parts of it. I don't know. I thought it was all great. I mean, I think it would not be ideal for this to become like a repeated thing in the industry, but I think it was a really cool thing for the time that really made sense. And I think being there in the crowd. So
Oh, you were
my
there? I didn't
I was
realize
there
you.
at the fight with our head of marketing, James, and it was, I mean, it was just electric and
Yeah.
such a crazy
Game
experience.
it seemed that way.
And I mean, it was at a actual amateur like MMA event. And that's usually a pretty crowded event already, and it was just packed to the gills. And at least half the people there were roofers, and so it was just such a cool
Yeah.
industry thing, so different than like the other events I've been to, conferences and stuff like that.
Mhm.
There was just such raw emotion, and yeah, totally agree with you. Like the performance from Demetrius was incredible. I think
He never
clearly.
boxed other than like a few. I was like, there was
I was joking.
times where there's
I'd
times it looked
always say,
sloppy, but
well,
sometimes that looked pretty trained. I was like, hey, he learned some stuff for sure.
I mean, doing 2-a-days for 4 months, that'll do something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not enough time to train really, but I mean, I've known his fitness level to be elite. Like it has been elite for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was going to help him. And it was
Stamina.
very, very interesting to see the turn, like losing the first round pretty handily, lost the first round.
He's just so strategic though.
Well, I don't know. I think he could have gotten knocked out within about 9 seconds to go in the first round. It was very close to him getting knocked out.
I don't mean he's strategic. Well, I do. I don't mean he intentionally got beat. I think that he's very good at taking information and like okay, this person moved the chess piece here, I'm gonna do that. And like just that's what I mean. Like I think he's just is able to think through things. I
He
feel
is.
like
And I'm happy for him to have that experience. Like it is true. I don't think it's horrible for the industry. It's fine. I do think that there is a little bit of element of good versus evil, what if you want to call it that. Because there's evidence showing such. And I've spent a pretty significant amount of time with him to see him and his family and how he operates behind the scenes. So I feel like I understand who he is as a person, and I've seen evidence of what Lee has done. So I get the good versus evil part. I will say this: if you have kids, kids are they understand. They're the canary in the coal mine. They understand things in a different way that most people don't. My son is 8, and he did not know who Lee was. I have not been talking about the fight. I just don't do that. Not for any reason particular. He does jujitsu, so we talk about a lot of combat sports anyway. But he saw the weigh-in video where Lee was being Lee, and he's like, that guy's a bully, and like the amount of emotion that Luke had watching the fight was more than everyone else in the room, because he wanted the bully to lose. And if that,
and he just based off the way in
just
video,
based off that one video,